Hey there, today I'm going to show you how to draw Yoshi from Super Mario Brothers. So let's start with the biggest obvious thing, which is the nose, the snout. And what it is basically it's a circle with an open end on the right side, so it's like a giant C. So start on the right side, just start to draw a round circle. The snout, come up to the top. Okay, so now that we got this opening here, this is where the cheeks for the eyes and the mouth will begin. So let's start with the eyes. So under the eye, on the right side, there's a curve that comes out. Now in between this, we're going to draw the eye. So starting on the left side of this edge, we go up to the top, and then we're going to come down. On the right side here, we're going to draw the pupil. So let's draw a large, kind of an oval shape. And we'll draw a highlight, a big round highlight on the top left corner. And in here, we're just going to color all this in black. Now we're going to draw the left side eye, but the left eye gets covered up by the right, so it's sort of overlapped on top. So we're going to try to draw this exact same shape behind this part of the eye. So let's start on the left side here, going to the top, and then curving down, and then tucking that in behind the right eye. With the pupil, we're going to try to get it on the inside edge here, but at the same height. So just draw that big oval with a highlight, and we'll color everything else in black. Okay, now that we got that, let's draw the top parts of the eyelid. So right in between here, I'm going to draw a curve that goes up above the eye and just comes down. We're going to draw the same thing on the left side. So starting right about here, we're going to go up, and then we're going to tuck this in behind the brow of the right side. Okay, now that we have that in place, let's leave that for now. Let's get down to the mouth. So here on this edge, we're just going to draw an open mouth. So from here, we come down and then curve back up. From here, let's draw the tongue. So I'm going to come right about here and curve up like so. Now we're going to color this in separately later, but let's draw the bottom edge of the bottom lip. So coming up here, come down, and then we're going to kind of go out. We're going to start to curve outwards. Now this is where I'm going to take this point and connect to this with a big round cheek. So starting right here, I'm going to curve out, and then just blend with that point right there. Now for the edge of this mouth, he's got sort of like a frown line, so I'm going to draw a curve that comes up and back out to the cheek. So starting down here, we curve across the edge of the mouth, and just curve down like that. And then let's draw the nostrils. So up here, on the upper half of the nose, we draw a curve. And we'll draw the opposite curve on the left side. Okay, so there's the head. Let's get into the body. So the first thing I'm going to draw is the arm, because this arm gets overlaid on top of the body. So that's the first thing I want to draw. So right here where the cheek is, right down here, I'm going to draw the top edge of the arm. So I'm going to have him waving. So let's draw the outer part of the palm, so that's this part here. And I'm going to go into the thumb. So for the thumb, I'm just going to change directions and curve around. And then from this point, I'm just going to curve in. This is the meat of the palm right here. From here, from this edge here, I'm going to draw a curve that comes out for one finger. I'm going to draw a little edge, just that little edge right there where the finger meets the palm. Do an overlap. Draw another finger. And then I'm going to draw another edge there. And from here, I'm just going to come in a little bit and draw the pinky that comes all the way down. And from here, I'm going to go down to the wrist with the outer edge of the palm. So this part right here. And from this point, I'm just going to curve in towards the body. Now from this point, let's get into the belly. So the belly goes up all the way up to the tail end and up to the shell. So, but here is where the leg is. So I'm going to have to figure out, okay, the leg is here. Let's start the belly and the chest right here. I'll curve in like that. And then from this point, I'm going to do an overlap. Right about here, I'm going to curve and draw the front part of the leg. And then from this point, I want to curve the bottom. This is where the bottom of the foot meets the boot. Now from here, I'm just going to actually curve this up a little bit higher. From here, I'm going to imagine this curve coming across behind this leg. So I'm going to come up and just continue that curve, just like that. So we've got a little bit of overlap here. Now this tail is going to curve back in the opposite direction. I'm going to leave a gap here for the back shell. So from here, I'm going to come up, come in a little bit and do an overlap under this arm and curve and try to hit that line and come up like that. Sort of like a hook shape. From here, I'm going to move up. I'm going to make this twice as thick and then start to taper down and then just kind of go back behind that arm. So that creates like a nice sort of 3D shaped shell. Let's get into the boot. So down here, right where I made that little bottom part of the cuff of the leg, I'm going to draw a curve going in one direction, and up here, I'm going to go in the opposite direction. This is sort of the cuff of the boot, and then from here I'm going to come down, start to do a curve, and just curl this over the top of the foot. Now down here, I want to make this twice as thick for the sole. So I'm going to start here at the toe, make it thick, and then I'm going to start to taper back and make it thin again. Alright, let's draw the other arm. So this arm I'm going to have in front in sort of a fist. So let's draw the fist first. So I'm going to locate the fist right here. So let's draw the thumb part first. So right at the wrist, I'm going to just do a simple curve like that. Right here I'm going to do an overlap and draw the meat of the hand, like right here. Now let's draw one finger. So coming up about halfway up the thumb, I'm going to draw one finger. I'm going to do an overlap, and curl this around into the thumb with the second finger. And for the third finger, I'm going to do the same thing and just overlap that in. Now right here, I'm just going to come down and just draw the back edge of the knuckle, or the fist. From this point, let's curve that underneath that face. And from this, I'm going to curve this underneath the body. Alright, now let's get into the leg and the back. So here, I'm going to have the leg bent up here. Starting up here, I'm just going to curve down. Let's draw like I did here, the bottom edge of the leg. Now this part I'm going to take up. And then right here, I'm just going to curve and just do a slight overlap. Let's do exactly what I did here and draw the cuff of the boot. So one curve going one way, a curve going in the other. And then like I did here, I'm going to draw the back of the boot first, curving up, and then over the top. And let's draw the sole of the boot. So tapering out, it's thick, and then tapers back in. The final part, let's draw the belly detail. So here there's a little strip that comes down. So starting under this chin, and curve that in to that leg. The final part is the spines along the back. So let's start one here. Starting up above the eye, I'm going to do sort of like a peak. So it sort of gets sharp and then rounds out and goes back in. Another one, he's got 3 in the back of his head. So let's draw one here. It's going to get tucked in behind this hand, and I'll imagine it coming back down here. And then one will just probably see the edge of one right there. And that's pretty much it. There we have it. There's Yoshi from Super Mario Brothers. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Please give us a like, share this with your friends, and get them to subscribe. And check out all our playlists. We have a ton of them. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.